You've got Wayne Carey in here, you've got Gary Lyon in here, and you've also got Damien Barrett, of course. There's your Saturday afternoon team.
Don't you look worried, Damo?
Yes.
You do look like half a
I'm
man
not
at
as
the minute
worried
because,
as I was this time last week, Doug.
I
But
can see Gaz over there. Just there's a lot of whispering going on. So I'm more than worried about what's about to
about the
occur.
critique that Gaz is about to undertake.
I'm not doing a lengthy one.
Please don't.
Did you hear what Doug just said?
I'm a bit
there?
fragile.
No, what did he say?
You do look like half a man at the minute.
Well, he's crimpled up. His head's he's slouched over. Jesus, stand up. Even a chihuahua has got a bit of bark.
Hey, Doug, we're meant to be teammates, mate.
He's like a
Even if
turtle.
you've got no bite, you've got to bark.
He's like a turtle. His head just shrunk into his body. No, listen. So, last week saw the debut of a brand new radio
Yes.
show. And it could be the start of something unbelievable.
No doubt.
And it was called Off the Record. Now, there is a, off the record, of course, a unique phrase. It's
Yeah.
only been invented by one group of people.
That's
Apparently,
it.
hasn't been around
Yeah.
ever before.
That's it.
I was going to have a go at Archie and his mates, but they're very precious there. If you have a go at them, they just
get a
walk,
letter?
They walk out.
Well, you get sent a letter.
No, they throw the toys out of the cot and leave the show.
Do they?
They do. That's what they do. So they can hand it out, these mates, but when they cot one back, toys out, not coming back. So then they got to crawl back and get them back in. So we won't publicly have a go at them because they'll all walk out and they'll have no show.
That better not be the supercar driver.
No, not him. No.
Yes, you wouldn't want to be heading down that path.
No, it's just such precious. But anyway, they've got to harden up. Anyway, so this new show. Last week we sat here in this studio, the four of us, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And we did 2.5 hours of what I would say, let's say 2 hours and 15 minutes of gold.
Yep.
And it got to 2:15 and we flattened right off. I mean, we were looking for the finishing line. Jim and I were weary. We'd been carrying the whole
That's
thing.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the last
Well,
hour.
G was fresh. He hadn't been here for a month.
That's true. That is true, Damon. So I jumped in the car and I thought, I had grave concerns. I thought the flatness of our last
That's
15
it.
minutes is going
Don't.
to drag this thing down. I'm going to
Yes.
come out with, they're going to say, here's the new show, and Dame, I'll go, oh, well, g'day everyone, welcome, and it's been a long 2.5 hours.
Don't replay anything, Gaz.
I don't-
Please don't. I don't want a replay of what happened.
What I want
Whatever
you to
it is.
listen to
Oh, no.
is the opening gambit
Nah, don't,
of the new
Gaz.
show
we
where
are.
Warrior got so tight in the jodhpurs.
He did.
Swallowed his pill bag
did.
and his voice went back to his prepubescent 14-year-old days. Have a listen to this.
Good to have your company. This is Off the Record. Well, that's its working title. Wolf doesn't like it. It might have to change.
So strong opening, right behind the
wasn't too
name.
bad.
Inside 4 seconds, he said, we're going to have to change the name. So obviously put a lot of work into that name. But that look, I'm not going to go any further than that, Damo, because I'm going to give you, to be honest, I switched over.
No, you
I
didn't. You were texting me regularly.
I text, yeah.
And that other bloke who you thought was Duck.
Yeah, I text some Nipsey.
He started blowing up
I gave him feedback to Duck on his opening 10 minutes of Duck Duck Goose.
on a phone number that was 10 years old.
I change my number every 2 weeks. Gaz.
Yeah. And this bloke scared it. Guy sends me back, who are you? I thought, typical Duck. That's bloody mentored him back into the media.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey, all right. So do we need to take a greater sample? I think.
No question.
No.
Because I thought it got out of the blocks nicely.
No question about that.
A touch hurried was all I would
I think
have
that's
thought.
right.
Yeah, you told me that
You
afterwards.
did go to a couple of subjects where Duck gave you a great answer. You threw to a grab, and then rather than flesh it out, you went straight on to another one.
That's the show, though. We want it breezy,
Well,
but we're just
understand.
going to tinker
But-
with it
but-
today and wait for it today.
Don't leave the gold in the creek.
Don't bury the lead.
Pan the gold. Get your pan. You're going to get a whole heap of shit in the pan.
That's it.
Pan. When the nugget's sitting in the bloody in the tray, in the tin, don't leave it there, Warrior. Mine it. So that's one bit of advice for you. And officially, we need to name it because
Off the record doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Well, it'll be off the record today.
That associates us with some real sort of low B grade stuff. So there has been a suggestion. I liked Duck Duck Goose. A lot of people like testicles and spectacles.
That's not going to work,
No,
though,
that's
is
a bit no.
Duck Duck Goose could work.
This one I think may be it.
$1.5 million.
Dark likes it.
Did you prepare that, Gaz?
That's it. I like it.
One more time, Hose. Just give me one more time. See, look at Ducky. He goes up when this
Yeah, look
comes
at him.
on. He's up. He loves it.
If anyone was going to play my life, I would love it to be Charlie Sheen.
That's it.
I think that's it.
I just love.
We're going to
I love
declare
the
it
show.
right now. The new name of the new show for the boys.
1.5 men.
And the real insipid brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Sort of important to the show, Gary, but not bringing a hell of a lot to the table visually or anything, but makes it all sort of work and keeps it sort of rolling.
It gets more perfect as you think about it. And we'll bring Chewer in as the dopey son, and then you're right.
I like it, Purple. I think it's come together very nicely.
If it wasn't so funny, I'd like it too, Gaz. Oh, jeez.
Well, look what he's doing. He's looking at notes.
Doing his one, he goes quiet in the last
That's
half
it.
hour.
He does. He quietens right off.
Shuts up and starts getting
I
his
do
intros. Welcome to 1.5 men.
Gary, this is why. I did two reasons. So why we're so far ahead of everyone else in the number one position.
I hate to say that, he's funny.
And it's why other mobs dislike us so much.
Well,
because we
after
give it to
today-
each other as hard as anyone ever can.
I've got to get myself up in half an hour again, Jim.
Well, listen. What is that bloke's character's name in 2.5 men?
Good question.
No one knows.
No, he sort of doesn't.
The brother.
No,
You know,
brother.
the pack will tell me. who it
Yeah,
is.
well, they will.
The real nerdy. Alan.
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 Yeah, he's a sort of tucked in, high panted.
All right, yeah, Jim. Yeah, we get the point, Jim.
The real Chino wearing.
Yeah, no, your point's made. Yeah.
button down shirt styling.
He's taken your advice. He's taken the Ellen DeGeneres shoes off today.
Oh, I don't think a more perfect name could
Oh,
fall.
yeah.
Hey, as it's been flushed out,
That's
it just
it.
fits perfect.
There we are.
There it is. 1.5 men coming up after 2:30.
Have we got time to change it before the show, Rosie, or not? No. So we'll go with off the record today.
No, you
though.
won't. You'll be going with 1.5 men.
Like
you haven't
it.
got a sting for off
We've
the
got a
record.
sting for off the record.
Drop it.
Well, they've got the sting now for 1.5 men.
1.5 men.
If that doesn't get you up, I don't know what will.
I'll tell you now.
Cars will be
just-
pulling
no,
over
of
to
course
listen to
they
that,
are.
I'm telling you. And then the real
Of course they
high-voiced
are.
warrior coming in. Oh, welcome, everyone. Good to have your company.
It's coming up.
You, as the preeminent radio host, can you give just one little hint for the warrior? Now, from my earlier review of the
Yes.
show, he's going to slow down the opening, so we are going to
Yes.
sprint to our cars to make
Get
sure.
a nice piece of it.
So, no, Damo,
Yep.
that first bit.
Yep.
Welcome to 1.5. Just slow that down.
Yep.
Try
Yep.
to get your pill bag down. Give it a little bit of timber into your voice. Welcome. And then Jim's going to give you a hint now on getting to the brakes.
Right.
Because Duck did say it sounded like your cat had been run over. As you went to the brake.
Have you got this? Are you working on the same sponsors?
No, we.
Oh, I
haven't
got
yet-
different ones.
Haven't yet got to that stage
Oh.
of the program.
Oh, sponsorless.
At
Well,
the
that
moment.
makes it hard.
Just a generic throw.
Because if you've got a sponsor, then you can. What I find, and it's earned me millions over the years. You hit them hard, Purple. Hard.
Hit them real hard.
When in doubt, hit them hard. And then the rest of the break looks after itself. As a rule, I tell you, yeah, the feedback we get is ferocious, and I love it. I love, I've gone with some of the negative stuff that I've copped today and deserved.
Yep.
Because I underwhelmed a little bit earlier on.
Yep.
I've also got one here from Smithy who says, you blokes monstering the opposition. He said, you're the Hamish and Andy of the weekend football. In the 20s when the rest are in single figures. It's hard to argue with that, Smithy. I'm hearing what you're saying, and I can only agree with you.
And a major development. Is this on Twitter? You're on it? So go to our Twitter, because Jim and I won't be here, we're
No.
going. But you'll see the new promo for this new show, 1.5 Men.
1.5 men.
Who knocked this up? Who put this together? CK, our man out
Yeah,
the back, has knocked this up
genius.
in 20 minutes. And get on Twitter and have a look at it. It's a picture of Duck and the purple-headed warrior with a footy in between them for their new show, 1.5 Men.
Oh, I
It's
tell you
superb.
what. And Gary, if you were to throw back into that same situation, that would be exactly how it'd work. Duck would drag him in, Purple would be going, right, well, where do we go from here?
He'll be standing at the door with the fog coming out of his glasses going, Jesus.
And Duck would be going, I'm going up the stairs, I don't care what you do. You look after yourself. Help yourself to the fridge.
Jim, I'm getting in the car
tell
right
you
now.
what.
I'm going to go for the start of 1.5 men.
1.5
you go.
men
Nice
coming
and
up
strong,
next.
Warrior.
Enjoy
Strong.
it, Warrior. I'm looking forward to it. Duck, you're a superstar.